Hello everybody, this is Baka Zombie. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Live laddering session. We're back once again with our Lost Zone Dragapult post-Worlds, so there's a few things with that. I did actually see a couple cards that I wanted to add into this deck. One of them is Night Stretcher from the new set Shrouded Fable. I dropped one Super Rod for the Night Stretcher. And also, we had Jacq in here for a while because I had problems searching for Drakloaks and Dragapults. And then, as soon as I added it, it ended up being not an issue. Actually, I had too many Drakloaks and Dragapults in my hand. But I did see somebody running, a couple of people, especially Charizard decks, running Thornton. It's a supporter card that allows you to swap one of your Pokemon that are on the field for one of the Pokemon that's in the discard pile, and that new Pokemon from the discard pile takes on all the attributes of the Pokemon that was on the field, including how long they'd been on the field for. So it's a good way to, if Dreepies are getting picked off, or like if Dreepies get PokéStopped, we can then switch out a Comfey for them and then evolve them right away, which is the goal for that. Night Stretch is another good way to get around PokéStopping important Pokemon into the discard pile, and then just pulling them right away rather than super rodding them back in the deck. Was there another card that I thought about adding? I haven't added any other cards. I might try to get canceling clone in here, because when you get locked out of being able to use Comfeys and Cramorants, it's kind of annoying, so just having one turn can change all of that. That being said, the deck that won Worlds was Iron Thorns EX, which, good for us. Iron Thorns EX does nothing to my deck. It doesn't stop any of my abilities. Dragapult destroys Iron Thorns. So I'm okay with that. If you've been around watching these videos of our laddering series, you know Iron Thorns are typically free wins for us. I'm going to say that and then get wrecked by a bunch of Iron Thorns today, but we shall see. Let's just get right into it. Don't even check our dailies. We're going to take a sip out of my water bottle. Got to turn up the flavor. Got some apple juice in here, but it's water. What do we got? What deck we got? What kind of deck we got going on here? Tails. If you guys join in on our other series where we look at different decks every week, I will be using the Iron Thorns deck that won Worlds this week, so we can try that out. We did lose the coin toss because we always choose Tails. We always lose. Let's see what my opponent decides to do here. They will go first. Perfect. Fine by me, baby boy. Fine by me, baby boy. We don't mulligan, thank you. And actually, pretty decent start with the Colress experiment of Buddy-Buddy Poffin. We got Fire Energy, and we have the Dragapult line. My opponent mulligans. They only mulligan once. This does seem to be... I think this is a Raging Bolt deck. Or it's either Raging Bolt or Ancient Box. Both very possible. I will take that one card, thank you. Get a Radiant Alakazam. We're not going to play that yet because that's... Yep, it's going to be a Ancient Box. Oh wait, they decided to go... I thought it said that we were going second. That kind of sucks. Dreepy, Buddy-Buddy Poffin for a Comfey and a Dreepy. Flower selecting for... You know, we're just going to be down a Fire Energy. Because I want to switch cart into the Comfey. We don't have to go this hard to start off. The Buddy-Buddy Poffin or the Switch. We're going to keep the Switch here. And they shouldn't be able to kill my Comfey unless they go really hard and get a Vengeance Fletching off. I don't think they can. We're just going to attach a Fire Energy to this Dreeps. And then end our turn. So, I thought we were going second. I was wrong. So a little less good for us, but we can get a Cramorant attacking next turn. They're going to play a Secret Box. So discarding 3 cards, and then you can look for an item card, a tool card, a supporter card, and a stadium card. What do they discard here? They discard 2 Dark Energies and a Flutter Mane. So Flutter Mane helps power up the Vengeance Fletching, and then we got Dark Energies for the Dark Patches. We're going to see Earthen Vessel, Ancient Booster Energy, Professor Sada, and Artisan. Artisan actually works for me because that allows me to freely grab Cramorant. Not that Cramorant's going to be the most useful mod right now, but it is a thing. So they're going to Earthen Vessel. They're going to grab a Roaring Moon, Earthen Vessel. Hey, as soon as we get Dragapult going, we're actually kind of living fancy free. We just got to get, like, we need to get it essentially this next year. Oh, a Great Tusk. That's an interesting ad. So we're going to see the Professor Sada. So actually they're going to be able to attack this turn. That's going to knock out Comfey. But we'll live with that. Ancient Booster Energy Capsule to increase the HP of the Roaring Moon. And it can't be status conditioned. The Ancient Fletching is just going to straight up KO Comfey. We will live at that. So I'd rather get a Dragapult off this turn, but we'll need a lot of things to go right for us. We'll grab another Dragapult. It's not what I needed. We're going to play a Drakloak. We're going to Artisan to get that Cramorant out here, because in case we need to use it this turn. Get the Cramorant. We're going to Drakloak. I need a Psychic Energy out this Drakloak. Rare Candy also works. The Night Stretcher's interesting. I don't need the Night Stretcher, though. Right? Because it's just Comfey in here? Yeah, it's just Comfey. So we can Rare Candy this Dreepy into a Dragapult, so it can't just get KO'd instantly. Then I'm going to Flower Selecting first. Grab the Nest Ball. Because that way we can grab us a Fezandipiti. Use its ability, flip the script to draw 3 cards. I sort of Garsh. If I don't get a freaking Psychic Energy off of any of this, I'm gonna be upset. Do I want to drop the Comfey? Here, let's play the Colress Experiment first. What are we looking at? 3. This will put 2. We won't be able to Mirage Gate this turn. Gosh, that sucks. Let's do that, because I want to get rid of that Artisan. Okay, I've already Comfeyed once. It's kind of insane that we didn't get a Psychic Energy off of any of that. So I'm going to play the Comfey, switch into the Comfey. This means we won't be able to Alakazam, which kind of sucks. There's no way. There is no way. Drakloak or PokéStop? I'm going to PokéStop only because I want to make sure that their Artisan doesn't happen, right? What can we do here? What can we do here? We haven't shuffled recently, right? No. Wait. Nest Ball. Yes, we have shuffled. So, here's the play. Here's the play. PokéStop. PokéStop. I needed the PokéStop to get rid of a Psychic Energy and pull a Night Stretcher. And we got none of that. That's so annoying. That is one of the more annoying things I've ever seen. Well, what we're going to do is switch into Cramorant. Cramorant is just going to spit innocently. If I can hit a Lost Vacuum next turn, that's just going to power up their Roaring Moon, but they don't get anything off of it, which is nice. But they have so many Roaring Moons out on the field now. So what the ideal play next turn would be is to be able to get a Psychic Energy first off. Second off, get a Lost Vacuum so I can discard their item card. And then Boss's Orders up a different Roaring Moon and KO 2 Roaring Moons in one turn. They're just going to retreat. They're doing it for me. I just need the Lost Vacuum now, which is more applicable. What am I trying to say? It's more doable. Because I can play Colress Experiment rather than Boss's Orders. I KO my Cramorant. Now, I don't have a switch. So I'm going to promote the Dragapult. I think we don't Comfey here. I got the Lost Vacuum. So there's phase 1. Phase 2, Recon Directive. Give me a Psychic Energy. Finally. I know I only played 3, but that was kind of ridiculous how little stuff we were getting. So now I can Lost Vacuum. I can discard the Buddy-Buddy Poffin, put that in the Lost Zone, and then we can hit that Ancient Booster Energy so I can KO that Roaring Moon this turn. I now do have a Mirage Gate, so what I can do is evolve my Drakloak into Dragapult, play Mirage Gate, get just a Fire Energy, because apparently 2 Psychic Energies are prized, so that's why it was so hard to find that Psychic Energy. Cute. I'm going to then flip the script. I'm not going to bother experimenting with Colress here, because I don't need any cards right now. And actually, let me put down Alakazam. Yeah, let me put down Alakazam, and I want the most use out of damage counters that I can get. So let's move these over here. I don't think we'll really have a chance to make use of that, but I might as well because I can still KO there. I guess I didn't really need to do that because I have a choice of where to put my damage counters. It would matter more if it was in the active, right? So here I Phantom Dive, which will KO this Roaring Moon. Then I can drop Fiddy here. 10 here. Because this Roaring Moon, no matter what, even if it booster energies, I can KO next turn. And I would love to pull a Psychic Energy off of this. Yes. Okay. So we for sure have our... As long as we don't get End, that is. Or End. Iono'd. We have another Dragapult ready if somehow they KO this Dragapult, right? And we've already KO'd 2 of their Roaring Moons. There goes a lot of good cards for them. The Radiant Greninja... I mean, the Pokéstop didn't matter because there's already a Pokéstop on the field. They can Super Rod, though, to get some Roaring Moons back. But getting Roaring Moons back also decreases how much damage your Roaring Moon can do, right? So they only grab 1. Are they able to find it again? And play Professor Sado's Vitality. See if they can find it again. Because even if they find it and they like promote the Great Tusk to try and... Ooh. Great Tusk could be an issue. Hold on. How many do you discard? You discard 4. So I need to make sure I have more than 4 cards in my deck when that Great Tusk becomes active, right? Hee. They're just going to Vengeance Fletching, though. It's not enough to KO. Doesn't even KO on a second attack, but it's dead here, and then it's just Great Tusk. So we got the second Psychic Energy. There's no way for them to kill me here, and I don't need to play anything. So I can just Phantom Dive to KO the Roaring Moon. And do 60 there. They're going to promote the Great Tusk. And if they get the Roaring Moon and put it down this turn, I can just Boss's Orders it up. Spore's Guidance, look top 6 cards, put 2 of them in your hand, discard the rest. They're just digging for that Roaring Moon at this point. There's a Fluttermane. They have Walking Wake in here? What's going on in this deck? It's a crazy ancient box. It's got all kinds of tech in there. And then Pal Pad back some Professor Salas. They're going to Nest Ball for their Roaring Moon, I assume. There it is. But unless they get a second basic Pokemon out here to this turn, I win next turn. Or they have to either get a basic Pokemon out or get away. Well, they can't. Unless they have an Unfair Stamp. They can't make me... Okay, they're going to counter Catcher. That's fine. I have Switch Cart, so I'm fine here. Dark Energy on the Roaring Moon. Here comes the Land Collapse. Those are some good cards getting discarded, but... Doesn't Land Collapse destroy the stadium? Oh, it's only if you play an Ancient Supporter. I thought it was if there's a stadium on the field. That's fine, though. We can switch card into the healthy Dragapult. Boss's orders. Give me your Roaring Moon, please. And that will be a double KO. No more Pokemon on the field for the win. Nice. That was an interesting ancient box. Let me look at the walk. Okay, never mind. We won't look at the Walking Awake. We'll look at it after because that's a card I haven't seen played. I also haven't seen a ton of ancient box, so maybe it is just a tech card in there, but I don't remember it being significantly spectacular. So let's see. We are quite a ways away from our next rank up, but we get that, and we just need to evolve one more Pokemon. So let's look at decks. Edit decks. Walking Wake. It's the basic little baby. Yeah, it just has 2 attacks, and I don't think they ran Water Energy. So I truly think that was just a waste of a card to get more ancient cards in your deck, which there's better ways to do that. So I don't know. I don't heckin' know, mate. Not my first choice. But we take those. Push stuff around here. Smatter. My boy Smatter over here. Kind of deck you running. We get to choose the coin toss. We always choose tails. We always lose. And did we lose? Yes, we did. Sure enough. Sure enough, we lost. Let's see what my opponent ends up choosing. And I'll actually read it this time. You will go first, so I'm going first. Unfortunate. Unfortunately, we've had 2 games going first, but... Ooh, they got the Honolulu sleeves. What kind of deck you running over there? I got 2 Comfeys, which is kind of cute. Kind of cute for me. Allows me to double Flower Select turn 1. Just don't Flower Select into bad things, please. And we have 1 of each kind of energy, too. Why am I running this Fire Energy and this Psychic Energy? Why am I running 2 different kinds of energies over here? Ogerpon. Don't love that. We do get a Chorus Experiment, so next turn we can Chorus Experiment. Let's do the Flower Selecting with the Comfey. We can grab a Cram. My boy Cram. Throw him out on the field. Let's attach a Rescue Board to this Comfey. Retreat into Comfey. Flower Selecting. I'm going to grab a Dreeps because I'd like to have a Dreepy ready to evolve next turn. Attach a Psychic Energy to Dreepy, and don't Boss Orders me. That's the other turn. That's all we can ask for. Don't Boss Orders me, please. Because I only got the 1 Dreepy out here. Again, the thing is we do have Thornton in this deck. I'd rather not Thornton next turn. I'd rather Chorus Experiment, but if we have to, we have to. It's a kind of sucky Lost Zone. Boss's Orders is real dagger, but we got a second one. And if they kill this Comfey here, it activates our Counter Catcher as well. We're going to see a Teal Dance from this Ogerpon. Maybe? They're trying to decide what Grass Energy to attach. Okay, we're going to see a Bug Catching set. This is either all Ogerpon or Raging Bolt at this point. They get nothing off the bug catching step. Sorry if you hear my water bottle. That filter is so loud. Calamitous Wasteland. What the? The retreat cost of each basic non-fighting type Pokemon in play both years and your opponent has one more star. So that freaking roller catcher, roller blades, roller skates is a lot less useful for us. And Boss's orders up the Cramorant. You can't attack me this turn. Okay. Buddy-Buddy. Let me grab another Dreeps. Is that it? Is that all I want? Is that all I need? Is that all I want to have? Yes. I want to keep that last spot open. I can then Fire Energy onto Dreepy. I can then Chorus's Experiment. This allows me to grab Drakloak Dragapult. Ooh, there's a Thornton. How many Switch cards I have, too? I don't know at this point if Thornton will be useful to us. So I'm going to grab a Switch card instead. Yeah, I think we just lost on the Thornton this game. I think we're fine. Doesn't mean we are. I have 3 switches, so I could actually like do a big old rotation over here. And I'm going to do that. So I'm going to Switch cart into Comfey. I still have to use a switch on this Comfey because of the freaking Calamitous Wasteland. Flower selecting for a Chorus Experiment or Radiant Alakazam. I'm going to grab the Chorus Experiment. Then we can switch cart again into the Comfey for another flower selecting. For the Mirage Gate, we don't need Buddy-Buddy Poffin anymore. And then we can evolve Dreepy into Drakloak. Use the Recon Directive to grab a Dragapult. And then I can switch into Cramorant and Spit. Which sets up this Ogerpon to get KO'd next turn. Yeah. We're going to see the Teal Dance. So my opponent will be able to attack this turn, but they're just KOing a Cramorant. If we see attack, they just lose, right? They have the Earthen Vessel, though, which is going to drop the energy switch to grab 2 more energies, which doesn't help them unless they have like a Radiant Greninja here. Professor's Research, that'll do it. I do think electric energy, so I think this is a Raging Bolt deck. They've just been very unfortunate. We do see a Raikou V, which you typically don't see in Raging Bolt, but it is a good tech card. We're going to see the Ultra Ball to drop an energy switch and a Night Stretcher. To grab another Ogerpon. Going to see the Ogerpon get played. Probably a Teal Dance, yep. So my opponent is getting some things and some stuff. In all honesty, I wouldn't mind it if they put out like a Raging Bolt here, right? Because then I could soften it up. They're gonna be setting up another Ogerpon. We're gonna see the Myriad Leaf Shower. It's gonna KO just barely onto the Cramorant. And then I'm going to just promote the Drakloak this turn because I don't need to dink around with trying to get Comfeys out of the active spot. We'll pull a Pokégear, which isn't useful here. I am going to Recon Directive before I evolve. I get another Drakloak here. I will do that. Evolve Dreepy into Drakloak. Use another Recon Directive. Ooh, we get the Neo Upper. There's also the Counter Catcher. What are we looking like here? If I drop 60 onto that, it wouldn't be enough to KO it in 2 turns unless I get the... So I'm thinking about Counter Catchering. I'm going to... I can't... Oh, no, I can. I can. Okay, I'm going to grab it just in case I can set up something here. Just in case I can set up something here. Because then we Chorus Experiment. And we grab I wanted my Lost Vacuum. They KO'd Cramorant last turn, so I can... Here, I'm not going to PokéStop. Or no, I am. Yeah, I don't need Mirage Gate. I have one in my hand. Let's play it. Then out our deck a little bit more. We grab Psychic Fire. Double attached to you. Nest Ball. For the Fezandipiti. Fezandipiti, flip the script. I should have Pokégeared. Yes, we miss. We miss on the Lost, whatever the heck. I will just evolve here. Does Night Stretcher do anything for us here? It can get us a Cramorant, but that's not really helpful. I'm going to throw down the PokéStop and spin that sucker. Get me Vacuum. Damn. Fire Energy in the discard. I don't need it right now. I keep forgetting. I should Pokégear first to get a shuffle in. Super Rod I also don't need to use right now. I would have loved to get the Lost Vacuum. Because then I could have... I guess I still could have done it this turn, but... I just drop everything onto you, right? Yes. I put everything onto this Ogerpon just in case they get another Bravery Charm. Because then I still KO it next turn. And I already KO the Raikou. I mean, the Raikou, if it gets the Bravery Charm, then I don't. But then we keep fishing for that Lost Vacuum if that's the case. So my opponent has to choose new active. I'd assume you go Raikou. Okay. I was going to say, go Raikou so you can fleet-footed. And if you can power up Raikou this turn, it's going to do a ton of damage. Bug catching set. Get anything off this one? You do. 2 grass energies. So you can Teal Dance and attach. Oh, the Joltik. Flip a coin if I think it's for the Galvantula. The Galvantula is probably the reason you have the Joltik. But I just kill the Joltik here. I don't let it get to the point where it can evolve. Ooh, they're going for it. Get the tails. Yep, there you go. They're going for trying to 1-hit KO this Dragapult, but we have a second one. So, although it'll suck if it gets KO'd, it's fine. Oh, the Iono isn't fine, though. That's kind of bad for me. We have our own Iono. Okay, there's a bunch of discard. Oh, no, I was going to say, there's only one discard. What cards? Is Miriam? Shuffle up to 5 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. If shuffle any cards in your deck in this way, draw 3 cards. Okay, that's not a terrible card, actually. Hold on. Minior. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, when you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, you switch it with your active Pokemon. Gravitational Tackle does 20 times. Each opponent's retreat card. Okay, so that's what the stadium's for. Okay, so they can't KO me. They do put a ton of Pokemon on the bench for me to target down, though. I get Colress's Experiment, which is perfect. I also have the Recon Directive. Nest Ball or Cramorant? I'm going to grab the Nest Ball. Okay, they're going to see. Nest Ball stuck on my screen. I was going to say, I was going to grab the Nest Ball and then play the Nest Ball for the free shuffle and then use Colress's Experiment to try and grab another Dragapult. So I'd be set up for that following turn. And then this turn, I can KO the Ogerpon on the active, KO the Joltik, and then set up the Ogerpon and the Minior to get KO'd in follow-up turns. So we kind of had that one locked down. I was interested. I didn't see a Raging Bolt. It seemed like a Raging Bolt deck, but I didn't see a single Raging Bolt. Maybe they just played so few copies, and maybe they were prized. Or they just weren't ready to set them up. I guess they didn't have... Or no. No, yeah, they didn't play Professor Sada, so maybe it just wasn't a Raging Bolt deck. It was just Ogerpon with some friends. But we do get a pack here. Let's see, we get Dusclops, Power Glass, and there's a Rourke. But we do get another golden Buddy-Buddy. Ooh, this is the big tier right here. The 6 gold and fire energy. Ooh, We can get rid of those nasty gold border fire energies that aren't sparkly. They're just little basic babies. Let's do one more here with the Lost Dragapult. I didn't check. I don't think we rank up if we win this one. I think we're close, though. Ooh, Diglett sleeves. Better have a Diglett deck. I don't even know what Diglett and Dugtrio cards are out right now. Always do sales, always lose, and that continues to be the theme. We hit heads all 3 times on our start of game coin flips this session. And I'll go first again. We've gone first every time. We've managed the wins. So at least there's that, but we don't get off the big turn 1 Cramorants. We also mulligan. They also mulligan. Okay, we get a couple Comfeys here. What was their opening hand? What are we looking at? Okay, it is fighting, and it's a Rare Candy. Arvin, Boss Order, Super Rod, Professor... Is this... Is it a Blood Moon? Is it a Conkeldurr? We'll find out here more than likely. Oh, it's a Bidoof. I guess we won't find out here. But this is honestly a pretty great turn. Okay, we buddy-buddy before anything. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your horses. A couple Dreeps. Comfey. Flower Select. For the Cram. Sorry, Thornton. I talked you up at the beginning of the game, and we've thrown you in the Lost Zone both times we've seen you. Truck a Cram out there. Switch Cart into Comfey. Flower Selecting. Get me a Psychic Energy. Sorry, Manaphy. Hopefully they can't attack my bench. Psychic attached to Dreeps and end the turn. I'll take that turn. Okay, let's see. Does my opponent have a second basic? They buddy-buddy. We're going to figure out what this deck is right here. It's got to be... It's got to be a Conkeldurr, right? I don't know what else there would be for Stage 2 fighting Pokemon. Because we saw the Rare Candy, so it's for sure Stage 2 somewhere in here. Is there any EXs that are Stage 2 that are fighting types? I can't even think of fighting type Stage 2s. Mankey. Is this an Anniliape deck? We were talking about Anniliape the other day and how bad it is. That's crazy. This is an Anniliape deck? Hold on. Hold on. I want to see this. The unfortunate thing is, as soon as I get Dragapult, I'm killing a bunch of stuff. It's kind of crazy. Okay, Nest Ball for a Cleffa. If they can get the Cleffa active, that'll be really good for them. If not, I'm going to kill it. Okay, fighting energy on the Bidoof so they can just manually retreat into the Cleffa. And Grasping Draw? Or can you play any more cards? Get more draw off the Grasping Draw. Grasping Draw? Alright. Let's see what we can do now. We pull a Colress Experiment. That's kind of clutch. Let's evolve into Drakloak. Let's Recon Directive. 2 switches. I wonder what I'll pick. I can just Colress Experiment here. We got Kazam, Boss Orders, Mirage Gate, Buddy-Buddy, and Fire Energy. So definitely Fire Energy. I would love a Boss Orders here. Radiant Kazam might be helpful. And I have more Radiant Kazams than I have Mirage Gates. Or I have more Mirage Gates than I have Radiant Kazams. So let's grab the Radiant Kazam. Boop, boop, boop. We will attach a Fire Energy to my boy Dreeps. We will Flower Select. That Iono would have been pretty cute at the beginning of the turn, but unfortunately. I'm going to grab the Nest Ball. Yeah. Let's grab the Nest Ball. I don't need it right now, but I'd like to have it in hand for Fezandipiti later. And then I'm just going to switch into Cramorant. I'm not going to F around with Comfey. Trying to find another switch card. Because even if we use Comfey, we're still one short of Mirage Gate. Whereas I can just get a Colress experiment into a Mirage Gate. Oh, sorry. What was I trying to say? Oh, yeah. Colress experiment in Mirage Gate. I didn't know what I'm talking about. Okay, but Barrel, they're gonna Ultra Ball away a Technical Machine Evolution. Oh, it's Little Anniliape. It's not even EX. 70 for each prize card your opponent's taken. Does this 50 damage to itself. Okay. And it's 140 HP. Oh, there is the EX Anniliape in here. Let's go. Angry Grudge. With 12 damage counters on this Pokemon that's attack does 20 damage. For each damage counter you place in this way, and Seismic Toss. If it does all 100, or it does all 12, then, not Cramorant, the other guy, Dragapult just KOs it. Obviously, it doesn't have to do all of them this time, but we can kind of set it up to where, because that's the problem with Anniliape. They got the Scovit Barrel counter here. That's the problem with Anniliape. It's on. Did I Iono me again? You son of a. But we get a rare candy, so we just gotta get another Dragapult. But yeah, you only do damage. The multiplier only takes effect from the damage counters you do to yourself on that turn. So it's not like all the time damage counters, which is the drawback to Anniliape, and that's why you really don't see it. But second attack does do 150, so it's not the worst thing, and it does have a lot of HP. So you can technically, you can do a full 12 twice, and then 80 more, but that's if you don't get attacked at all. I'm going to counter catcher. Oh, and also like Bravery Charm. Ah, frick. I'm going to counter catcher my Dreepy. Alright, counter catcher my Dreepy. That's not cool. I do have to go for the Mirage Gate here. Okay, they're gonna play another Mankey Evolve to a Primeape. They got a lot done in these 2 turns, so that's really good for them. And now they only have to drop 4 damage counters on themselves. Ugh. Ugh. I need to Super Rod those energies back in and then go for the Mirage Gate. So I need a lot of things to happen here for me. Psychic Energy is helpful. Let's Pokégear first. For the Colress experiment, thank you. That's what I needed. I don't put those back in yet, the energies. I Colress experiment first. I need a Mirage Gate off this. Damn. What do we got? We got some things and some stuff. Switch Cart, Rescue Board, Dragapult. Yes. Did I Recon Directive that? I have not. So Recon Directive. Switch Cart and Nest Ball. Nest Ball. Fezandipiti's prize. That sucks. That sucks so hard. I need to grab another Dreepy, though. So I need a backup Dragapult here. Having Thornir would be nice. That is so bad. Evolve into Dragapult, because I don't need to not, you know. Retreat into a Comfey. Essentially, Comfeys have to search for a Mirage Gate for me. Switch Cart and Night Stretcher. Night Stretcher doesn't help me here, especially because I have the Super Rod. Play the Switch Cart. Or grab the Switch Cart, I should say. And then we do play the Switch Cart in a Comfey. Flower selecting Mirage Gate. For a switch, here is the long play. Play another Comfey. Switch Cart into Comfey. Flower selecting. Give me a Mirage Gate. Thank you. The Neo Upper actually also works. Do I already have a... I don't have an energy yet on Dragapult. Yeah, just grab the Neo Upper, dog. And attach the Neo upper. Yep, I can attach it. I can attach it. Switch. And a Dragapult. I can keep the Super Rod in my hand because I don't need to get these back into my deck until I have Mirage Gate, right? So it's just less to have in my deck. So I can Phantom Dive here. I can take away part of their draw cycle here by KOing the Skwovet. And it doesn't KO the Anniliape, but it puts it at a position where it's harder for it to do a ton of damage, right? I mean, the most it can do in a turn is 240. But it can't. It can only do 160 this turn. Unless they get another Anniliape set up and then this one out of the active spot. We're going to see a little Anniliape get played. Little Anniliape. As long as they don't evolve this Mankey, I just KO it. They can Industrious Incisors. The Iono got me a little scared, and the counter catcher to pull up my Dreepy got me a little scared. But we clawed our way back into a better position. I do have a Rare Candy, so I could just go straight to Dragapult if I'm able to get it next turn. Arven. What are they going to Arven for? I guess they could Arven for a Bravery Charm. That would allow them to do more damage, but they can't, no matter what, they can't one-hit KO my Dragapult. That's the big thing. Probably Arven, if they have an Anniliape in their hand, I would think they would play the EX, though, right? Instead of the baby. Because you would Arven for a Rare Candy and a Bravery Charm. Oh, they only grab a Buddy-Buddy. Do they just not play Bravery Charm in this deck? And a Buddy-Buddy for a couple more Mankeys, I assume? Well, they only have one more Mankey in this deck. Or maybe another Skwovet. I don't know how many Skwovets are played in decks. Is it more than one? Oh, the Roller. I just kill you. I don't let you live. I don't know what you're thinking, but you ain't living this turn, man. That's crazy. You think I would let you evolve into a Rabska. They're going to Super Rod to get back an Anniliape and a Fighting Energy. And then Industrious Incisors. Do they not have Mankeys to grab? Oh, yeah, it's just a Clef and a Skwovet. Why didn't you grab the Skwovet? You're wild if you think I'm going to let you put up a Rabska. Because Rabska stops Dragapult's secondary damage. It's one of the few cards that can, because it stops effects from affecting your bench, and Dragapult's place 60 damage counters is in effect. Anything else, buddy? Oh, buddy, old pal. It does stop me from KOing their Mankey. So they have another chance to get another Anniliape up. The Angry Guide, they can only do 160 if my math is correct. Or not even that, because I'd KO them, right? Yeah, 140. If I can get a Boss's Orders here. Here's what we do. Drakloak. Recon Directive. There it is, buddy. That's huge. Because watch this. Boss's Orders. Give me that Anniliape. Psychic Energy on the Drakloak. And then we Phantom Dive. That KOs this Anniliape. We put 10 damage counters to KO that Anniliape, and then we put the 50 on the Roller, so it also gets KO'd. And that's all 4 prize cards, baby! I didn't even realize that we won this turn. I just thought it was going to be a big swinging turn for us, but that's actually all 4 prize cards. Let's go! Hey, I respect the Anniliape. I respect that. That is a deck I'm going to have to try out. If they don't play Bravery Charm, they should. but it gave me some ideas for what to do for an Anniliape deck, so maybe we'll see in the future. But thank you guys so much for joining us today. We got 3 wins. Actually, let's see where we end off on the ladder before we close out the episode for today. We didn't get to see Thornton come into play, but it has been useful, I promise. We do level up into Charizard, so we're at the last tier of Great Ball. So hopefully next week we can break an Ultra Ball, because I do play every day now, especially because there's a new Battle Pass. So yeah. Thorn didn't see any play today, which is unfortunate. Night Stretcher, maybe we used. I know we threw it away in the last game. I don't think we used in the other game too, but it does come in handy. So I like those cards being in the deck, but we're going to continue to evolve, continue to modify until we unfortunately can't really play this deck anymore, which will be rotation in April. But I do have some ideas for some other decks that I want to use regularly. So those might start making their way onto this series as well. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, or day, or whatever time you're watching this. And I hope you have a good one. Bye. Why'd I change my outro so drastically?